Hey guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. This is where you get all the news concerning Manchester United. So guys, I want to talk about the transfer news, all the players that have been linked with Manchester United, and which of these players are really having consideration by Manchester United hierarchy. And we are going to look at the possibility at which these players can come maybe in January or in July transfer window. But first, I want to tell you about the new development I've been coming across the past few days. Is about Manchester United being creating a basketball team, and the news I'm having at the moment is Manchester United have agreed to form a basketball team, according to the Italian Basketball Federation president, that is Gianni Petrucci. The club has approved joining NBA Europe, a new league with 10 to 12 founding clubs in major cities, including Manchester. So Manchester United are rumored to be interested in forming a basketball team and competing in Europe by joining the NBA Europe League. So under the Ineos, I don't know if it's a strategy whereby more income are going to be expected, but let me know, guys, what you think. Let me know your views, guys, in the comment section below about this new development. If the rumors are to maybe turn out to be true, that United will form a basketball team, let me know your views in the comment section below. I think I know of two clubs who have a basketball team in Barcelona and Real Madrid. So why not United having also a basketball team? I think it's going to be a great idea, so that we have even we now are those of us who have interest in basketball. We can also have a team support in that sector. So Manchester United joining and creating a basketball team, joining the NBA Europe. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, back to my topic of today is about transferred. The players that have been linked with the move to Manchester United. I'll start with Joao Gomes. There are Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton. There are Angelo Stiller, Anton Semenyo. A lot and many players, including youngsters, who have been linked to the move to Manchester United. Also, Aurelien Tchouameni, Kamaminga, all these players. Every day when you wake up in the morning, new players are being linked to Manchester United. We have seen this happening, but only a few are always genuine. The rest are maybe just these journalists just creating stories so that you can read and click on their articles. So guys, as you all know, Manchester United are not are believed, and we all know Manchester United are in the market for a new midfielder, at least one, at least two, that is. And there have been midfielders linked to the move to Manchester United since the start of the last transfer window, whereby United failed to sign a midfielder after signing Sesko Mbeumo Cunha and bringing in Diego Leon. Manchester United failed to bring a defensive midfielder, which means Bruno Fernandes was forced to drop down, and at the moment is playing as a pivot with Casemiro. So I think we have seen that most of the games we're playing, there is a leak or a weak link in midfield. At the moment, Casemiro is subbed out and replaced with either Meno or Ugarte. We found that sometimes we failed to contain our lead, and against Brighton we were leading 3-0. We subbed Ugarte on. We went 3-1, 3-2, and almost during the match until Mbomo's fourth goal against Forest. You saw that we conceded 2 goals in 2 minutes. I don't know, against Spurs, after leading for almost 8 minutes, we conceded 2 goals in 4 minutes, around 4 minutes there. So we found that the moment Casemiro is subbed out, the team lacks that strength in midfield, and that this needs to stop, because we can't continue like this. We need to be strong if you want to compete. If you want to finish in the top 6, as the Neos stated earlier before the season started, that our goal this season is to finish in the top 6 position, in the top 6 places. So if we really truly want to finish in the top 6 places, remember we are going to lose Ndomo, Amadiala, and Mazraoui for AFCON in Africa, starting in December, and we are going to have Mbeumo gone. I think Mbeumo has been our top scorer at the moment, scoring 5 goals in the Premier League. He's been one of the best players so far alongside Amad Diallo, and it's going to be a really, really big blow for Ruben Amorim and us because these players have been really, really influential in our season so far. But I believe in our team. We still have players there. Cunha is still there with us. We have Zach Mount. So we still have players, and if we can just be serious and competitive, we can still win our next games coming after the departure of the three players heading to AFCON. So at the moment, guys, there are players that have been linked to the move to Manchester United. United are indeed need of a midfielder, and maybe there can be a scenario where United sign a midfielder in January because the top midfielders we have been linked with, I don't think it's going to be possible to land them in January. One player that has been strongly linked with the move to Manchester United in January is Joao Gomes, the Wolves midfielder. The 24 years old, the Brazilian, I think he has been one of the midfielders that have been strongly linked with the move to Manchester United in January. With Brent with the Wolves believed to are believed that they are demanding around 44 to 45 million pounds in order to part ways with the Brazilian midfielder. Joao Gomes, I think, is a good player. Yeah, of those who have watched him at Wolves, I think you can agree with me when I say that Joao Gomez is a good player. And also, one factor I can add on is the fact that he is conversant. He is really familiar with this formation, the formation of 3-4-3, because at Wolves, their manager have been shifting formations, playing 4-3-3, been playing 3-5-2, has been playing 5-3-2, has been playing 3-4-2-1, 3-4-3. So I think Joao Gomez has played in almost all those formations, and he has what it takes. He has the idea. He has um he has a knowledge, a bit of knowledge on what to do when playing in this kind of formation. So these are the players we need to sign. We also have the experience in the Premier League. Remember when United signed Bomo and Cunha? First, the factor that led to United signing these players without thinking twice was the fact that these players have they have the idea, or they have the experience of playing in the Premier League. So I think it's a no-brainer that we have been linked with another Premier League player who has experience in the league in the name of Joao Gomez. Remember, we signed Cunha from Wolves and also Joao Gomez from Wolves, so they are teammates and also Brazilian national. So I believe that bringing in Joao Gomez will be a great idea, but it can't stop us from signing a top midfielder again in the summer. But what really matters at the moment is not the player, because the player is willing to come, the player is willing to join United, and at the moment, the only thing that can hinder the deal is the asking price of Wolves. I don't think United will be willing to spend more than 50 million on one player in January transfer window. With the board, I know at the moment the Ineos, they are doing transfer in a very different way. So if Wolves will be willing to part ways with Joao Gomez for a region of maybe below 40 million pounds, I think United will be tempted to go for him. And at the moment, I think United will be willing to agree around 40 million pounds. We can say 35 million upfront and 5 million in add-ons, easily achievable add-ons. And I think it's going to be a great move. I really want to see us signing a midfielder, not just signing a midfielder for the sake of it, but we need to sign a strong midfielder, someone who can really step up when we need him the most. Because at the moment we are depending on Casemiro a lot, and as I said earlier, we need player who can play like Casemiro, and Joao Gomez is that player who I think can really give us what Casemiro always gives us in the game. And at the moment, we can't spend more on top midfielders like Adam Martin, Angelo Stiller, and the likes of Anderson. We need to be very, very careful in the transfer market, because at the moment we don't want to overspend. Because nowadays uh, a scenario whereby if United overspend or maybe another spend on a player, the media talks about the transfer fee involved, no, and sometimes it is not fair. At the moment, they are really, really getting Sesko, having been signed for 70 million plus. They are really talking ill about him, and which is not good. So, guys, what do you think of the Joao Gomez transfer? Do you think it's going to be a good deal for Manchester United, or do you think it's going to be a panic buy? Like many can say, or can call it a panic buy. But if you ask me, Joao Gomez ticks all the boxes that we require. So if we are going to sign a midfielder in January, because we can't sign the likes of Adam Martin, etc., we need to go for Joao Gomez of Wolves. 24 years old. We can strike a deal with Wolves for around 40 million. That is 35 million upfront and 5 million in add-ons. Wolves can't reject that. Yeah, because the transfer strategy at Manchester United has really changed. And if we go all in for this player, he is willing to move to Old Trafford. He's willing to join us, and we are in need of this type of player, a player whereby if we can pivot him with Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes to play up front in place of Brian Mbomo. Apart from Joao Gomez, we've been linked also Conor Gallagher, the former Chelsea midfielder, who joined Atletico Madrid a season ago. Remember last season, rather in the summer, last summer, they were linked that Manchester United were interested in signing him on loan, but Atletico Madrid didn't sanction, or were not interested in letting him go on loan. They were all interested in letting him go on a permanent basis, but United weren't going to sign him on a permanent basis. So I think Conor Gallagher or Joao Gomez. If you say Conor Gallagher is a very good player as well, a very good defender, but a very good midfielder. But Conor Gallagher is more of a central midfielder than a defensive midfielder. I don't know about him, but when I was watching him during his days at Chelsea, he was more of a centre midfielder. I remember his days at Crystal Palace on loan from Chelsea, was scoring goals. So if you talk about Conor Gallagher, it's like you're telling me we're going to sign another player who's going to compete with Mason Mount and the likes of Acuna, because Conor Gallagher to me is more like an attack midfielder. He is more attack minded than defensive minded. So I don't think we should be talking about Conor Gallagher at the moment. We should be talking about players who can defend, the midfielders who can defend. And Conor Gallagher is a typical, is like a McTominay type player who is quoted, or is a believed to be a midfielder, but is more like a striker. No, when you see McTominay during his days at Manchester United, he played mostly as a number 8 alongside Fred in 6-8 position. But McTominay is more like a false 9. Yeah, it's more like a false 9. So we were really using him in a very bad way. So if we want to sign Conor Gallagher, it means we are going to bring in another player who is not going to give us what we need at the moment. At the moment, we don't need players who want to attack. We want players who want to defend. Conor Gallagher is like Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo is a player who doesn't like playing under pressure. Kobe Mainoo, he wants to have freedom in that midfield. And when you say Kobe Mainoo, I see him like a CM, a central midfielder, not a holding midfielder or a defensive midfielder. So I really don't buy the idea of Conor Gallagher in January. I really want us to sign Joao Gomez as a defensive midfielder in January. So guys, on a debate on which midfielder I can choose between Joao Gomez and Conor Gallagher, think I will go with Joao Gomes because first of all, what we want at the moment, we want a midfielder who can hold, like who is more defensive minded. We are full of attack minded midfielders, and Conor Gallagher is one of those midfielders who are more attack minded. I don't see him as a DM. I see him as a CM or even as central attacking midfielder, but not as a holding midfielder. So uh, also, I see Joao Gomez as a very, it's more like Casemiro because I've watched him at World sometimes. Those the tackles, he's really a very good midfielder. If he can find the support he needs at the moment at United, because at Wolves there's no much quality. So if you bring into Manchester United, we have quality players here where he can play with so much freedom, and he can unlock more of his potential. So I really, really suggest that Manchester United can do what they can to sign Joao Gomez in January, then proceed on signing the top midfielders in the summer, because there's no way we are going to land our top target midfielders in January without overpaying, because there's no way Forest are gonna leave, are gonna allow Anderson to leave now. There's no way Palace gonna leave, allow Adam Martin to leave now. There's no way Brighton are gonna allow Carlos Baleba to leave right now in January. There's no way Frankfurt are going to, or Stuttgart, are going to allow Angelo Stiller to leave in January. They can only allow these players to leave if the price they're asking for is met, and that is not going to happen. Maybe at the moment they are going to be, we are going to feel more desperate, and when teams see you as desperate, they can really take advantage of that. They can take an advantage of that, and that's not what we want to see, because there's no way you can spend 150 million in January on one player. So uh, what I think at the moment is we should go all in out for Joao Gomez, because we need this player in our team. We need a midfielder, and Joao Gomez at the moment is really uh, available for us. Premier League proven. He is very has knowledge of this formation. He is the player we should be going for in January, and they are focusing on other targets in the summer. I think if we manage to sign Joao Gomez in January, then that means Ugarte, Casemiro, all these two players have, there's a high possibility of them leaving the summer. So if you sign Joao Gomez in January, that means Ugarte is dropping down in the pecking order, and now we'll be having more of Joao Gomez, Casemiro, Kobe Menu, and Ugarte has not impressed so far. Uh, I think since he joined last season, Ugarte has not impressed a lot. Yeah, he has shown some improvement. He has shown in few games that he's capable of doing what we thought will do. But this season now, he's messed up. I don't know what Amorim is thinking about him, but I think according to what Omar Barada said, that if you sign a player, one season, second season, if they don't perform, they are going to be sold. So we are waiting to see if that is going to or if he meant what he said, Omar Berada, then I think Manuel Ugarte is going to be sold in the summer. And Joao Gomez, if we can get Joao Gomez or any top midfielders in January, that means Ugarte might leave the summer. And if we sign any top midfielder again, because we need at least two midfielders, one in January and one in July. If we manage to land maybe Adam Martin or Anderson or Steeler or maybe Baleba in July next year, I think also Casemiro might depart the club. So we need to change this team. I know Amorim is building something special, and he needs time. There's nothing that's gonna happen. Um, in the, like nothing's gonna happen overnight. Yeah, and Amorim is building something special. Manchester United needed change, and change is what Amorim is bringing. We have seen different managers coming since Ferguson retired in 2013. And managers coming and leaving, coming and leaving, coming and leaving. Nothing has changed. So I think Amorim is bringing something different to the team. He is really bringing something different, and we need to support him. Those who want instant result, I think this is not the moment for you to support the club. If you want instant result, then I think step down as a fan. Wait for the time when things will be good, then come back. And I don't know what type of fan can do that. So if you want an instant result, you can join City, Liverpool, that's not Chelsea. But as for us United fans, we need to be really, really patient because Amorim is building something special, and he needs time. He needs at least two more windows to complete his dream team. Joao Gomes or Conor Gallagher. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As an admin, I say I'll go for Joao Gomez 100% over Conor Gallagher. Thanks for watching, guys.